Maestro Grimaldi's personal favourite operas, Gli Emigranti.
It started originally about 2002 when a friend of mine that I worked with before in other musical adventures, if you want to call it, Kathleen LaRocque is her name. We got together. She worked with the Maple Leaf Band, of which I conduct. She's played with us when we did the Trail Centennial in 2001, the Colombo Lodge Centennial in 2005, and that featured original music that I had written. And it came about that we just started talking about, perhaps putting a little play together. And she suggested that perhaps maybe, since she was a piano player, that there could be a role for a piano player more than just sitting in the background and playing. So a little bit more of the action, a little bit more of the lines and dialogue. So we started with that premise. And then we had to think we wanted it to be the early 1900s. Then we had to think, well, what would the piano player be doing in the 1900s? Well, not like today's women. There's certain jobs that they were doing, so she's a piano player in a hotel. Plus she does cleaning and cooking, etc., etc., etc. And then, what makes her so special other than just sitting in the corner playing a piano? Well, we couldn't really make her stop a bank robbery. We couldn't really make her stop and put out a fire, work in the mines. So we had to have, as part of her job, she meets famous people. And in this particular case, the famous people she meets, the piano player character, the famous people she meets would be the world famous opera composer, Mario Grimaldi, and the world's famous French opera singer, Angélique Lebeau, as they come to Rossland to play at the Rossland Opera House. They're staying at the hotel that she works at, and that's run by Mrs. Prudence Harrigan, who is a conniving social climber who will stop at nothing to further her social status. So that sets the stage, so to speak, for some interesting action when you throw in the mix several other hotel employees, the local police officer, and a director of the British Columbia Stock Exchange of Rossland. So we pulled that, and we pulled a fictional director of that in, and some of the shysterisms he gets himself into, and then we also see how the townsfolk view these two celebrities coming to town. And it might not be what most people figure.
On both sides of I'm Bonne Friesen. I'm the stage director. I direct the chorus, the actors, do some of the basic choreography for chorus as well. We have other very talented people running the orchestra and teaching the actual choral music. So it's been a lot of different elements that come into this production that all need to come together, and this is one of the nights where we're trying to make it all come together. The part that I enjoy the most is the real acting aspects and bringing the characters out and explaining the interaction and the motivations and stuff. That's a lot of fun for me. It's to a company of 50, I think. But the cast is not that big. I think the cast is 20, 30? Don't quote me on that. Yeah. Just the people are so great. And it's a very fun show, so that makes it obviously a lot more fun to be involved in. There's a lot of real fun elements. And so getting everybody going, and it's a very, the Rossland Light Opera is such a very diverse group of people. It's so interesting to get them all together, working on the same thing. We do lots of fun, silly warm-up things and whatever, and everybody just kind of is totally out of their normal role in life. Yeah. And so that's a lot of fun. Musical. This has never been done before. This isn't something you can just go out and buy the record and listen to the songs and learn it. This is all new stuff. So that's also been a challenge, but also a joy because we're the first ones who get to put a spin on it. So that's neat too. Right. The show itself has been about 8 years in the writing, but for staging this show, September is when things really get rolling. And there's some production stuff done prior to that with scheduling where we're going to perform, dates and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But as far as the actors and orchestra are concerned, September is when we do auditions, begin rehearsals, and all of that. And so we didn't get into full rehearsals until November this year. Normally that happens in October. So again, that squeezed us a little bit, but it's come together well. We made a good use of all our spaces that we have. We have 3 different things happening on each of our rehearsal nights in 3 different places to get everything covered.
And you got it all together? You guys ready to go?
These are all in the wrong order.
Media coming through, you're looking great. Here we have the shy and retiring Miss White. Isn't she lovely?
And the old bitches.
This is going to go online, you silly.
I know.
This is Shirley, our wonderful costume mistress. Oh, thank you. One of our townsmen, Mr. Anderson. We've got a lovely mother and daughter team here who are both involved. April is our spoiled, rotten teenager. And this is Zia Maria, who's in the opera scene. There is an opera scene in the show. Here's our town drunk. You wouldn't know it to look.
You wait till after hours.
We don't usually see him without a bottle in hand, but
Just like so, I've got it. It's not far away.
you got it set. This is my daughter, Celia, who's getting to be in the show this year. She's one of the giggly girls. You can tell that's a stretch for her.
I'm just playing a giggly girl and I'm part of the chorus, so just a townsperson.
All right.
My name's Kathy and I'm playing Mrs. White.
I just toss my hair around a lot and giggle.
There we go.
And I twirl a lot too.
Very good.
Twirling is good.
It's a lot of people, a lot of man hours, and a lot of various things that all need to come together, and that's just why it's so neat.
And the whole thing, well, my name is Dawn, and I'm the actually president of the organization of the Rossland Light Opera. And for this show, I'm producing and doing publicity, and I have a role in it, and doing the choreography, and so I have my hand in a few pots.
So who are you playing in the show?
Angélique Lebeau.
Angélique Lebeau. And what's she all about?
She's the famous French opera diva that comes begrudgingly to Rossland as part of her Maestro's World Tour. Well, yeah, this is our second dress rehearsal. We have one more tomorrow night and then show Friday, and yeah, we're just dealing with some set issues right now. And
So when is it actually on? You guys are playing here. It's here this weekend.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday here.
And then
at the
after
Charles Bailey,
Rossland?
and then Rossland at the high school, at the auditorium, March 5th and 6th.
Brief nutshell, what kind of a show can people expect?
A comedy, a musical comedy. A little bit of romance, a little bit of pathos, a little bit of drama, a little bit of interesting stuff.
All
and
right.
a lot of fun for the people on stage, and hopefully a lot of fun for the people in the audience as they come and have a few good laughs at us. With us, not at us.